Warning, the following may contain David Benham. Join fantasy authors Phil Tucker, Timandra Whitecastle, David Benham, Benedict Patrick, and Josiah Bancroft as they roll dice and take on the bad guys in a game of Dungeons and Dragons. 5 authors, 5 worlds, 1 adventure. It's time to get crit-faced. Previously on Crit-Faced, having climbed to the attic of the house, the party has discovered 2 small skeletons, dressed very much like the children who had asked them to enter the building in the first place.
I'll disregard the dead bodies and look at the dollhouse and see if I can see an entrance to a basement.
Okay, do you want to do an investigation check for me, please? Perception check, sorry.
20.
So it is an amazing replica of the house. I mean, you can have a look back down to the other rooms, and the suits of armor are there with the wolves' heads and stuff like that. Clearly, somebody spent a huge amount of time on this. What stands out to you? There is a spiral staircase that runs all the way through the house, not just the one that you were up, but a much smaller one, and it runs down it's a spiral staircase that you've not experienced yet. There's no basement in this model, but you do recognise that the spiral staircase is actually accessed from the attic, and it's in the room that was back out in the attic hallway, the one that's most western. Inside that room, against one of the walls, is the entrance to this spiral staircase. Well done. Okay.
So no one's going to talk about the dead children. We're just going to stand here and not talk about these dead children.
Talfrin's just staring at them like horrified.
Pray for their souls.
I'll take the stuffed animal.
Oh God.
Okay. So the doll that the skeletons got?
Yes.
I think someone should say, McGrag, excuse me, sir. Don't fuss with the dead children, please. At all. Let's just leave.
So as McGrag makes his way across the room, you can hear Jean say that to you. Are you still going?
This sounds like I shouldn't do this.
Sir. Yes.
I'm gonna go ahead and do it.
He's as dumb as he smells.
Okay,
disturb the dead.
You grab the small doll from the dead child's grip, and as you do so, the air in front of you, in the middle of the room, just over the 2 corpses or the two skeletons, shimmers, and the children appear. Now this is clearly the 2 children, Rosalina and Thornbolt, that you had met downstairs that brought you into the house. However, these children are, you can see through them. They are clearly spiritual. They're clearly ghosts, and they're hovering slightly above their dead bodies. And the young boy, he looks at you accusingly. He looks as if he's about to start crying, and he points at you and he says, "Give me my toy back."
I was gonna bring it downstairs and outside to you, and I'll shove it toward him.
And so he reaches out to grab it, and the doll seems to become spectral as he does so, and he clutches it to himself, and then he, much like you saw him do earlier, he runs and hides behind his sister, and as she looks at you and she says, "Who are you?"
You were the ones who told us your parents are in the basement, that there's a monster in the house. We were coming to help you.
No, we have never seen you before.
Outside, in the mist.
No.
Craig, I put my hand on his shoulder and I say, what happened to you? Do you recall? Why were you abandoned up here?
So the boy starts to sob a little bit, and his sister turns around to him and says, "No, Thorn, do not worry. I shall tell them." And she looks at you and she said, this is our room. Our parents are locked. They locked us in here to protect us from the monster in the basement. But we had no food. I do not know why they did not feed us.
Wait, this was your permanent room? So the monster was permanently in the basement?
So she looks confused for a little while. The boy just is crying, and she says, I do not recall it. It has been so long. Yes, we have had the monster for so long. Sometimes it would be quiet, but often at night we would hear it.
What did it sound like?
It was terrible. Screaming and howling.
Like a wolf or a person?
I have never heard a wolf before, and I am sure that no person would be able to make noises like that.
Why are your windows barred?
I do not know. We were told it was for our safety to keep us in here, away from the monster.
But your parents were outside.
Our parents, they are downstairs. They are dealing with the problem. They will come to us soon, I am sure.
Yes, they are. They're doing just fine. They said hello. They're doing well.
You said you had no food. Did you starve?
Yes, we did.
Let's talk about tax, you heartless barbarian.
Yeah, you're just sliding down my favorability poll right now, which actually sounds like an awful metaphor.
Who are you? What are you doing here in our house?
We've come to help. Take care of the monster.
And the silver.
I shove Sean out of the room and the barbarian, and I say, we will do everything we can to help you and bring peace to this house.
By any fire necessary, we'll just burn it all down.
You do not need to do that. Our parents shall come for us soon. Please, just stay with us and wait while we wait for them to come back.
We must go and help your parents. We will all come back together.
No.
Until then, you must be brave and take care of your little brother.
It's the little boy this time. He's the one who reacts this time, and he jumps out behind his sister's skirts, and he shouts at you, "No, don't go!" And he sort of his face, his eyes briefly sort of flash red, and he sort of hovers higher in the air as he shouts at you, and then he turns back, he retires back to behind his sister's skirts. She's also looking at you, with desperation almost in her face. Please do not leave us. We have been left for so long.
Well, you're welcome to come with us.
I think we've been shoved out of the room, McRag. I think what I feel in the hallway is how's it going there with the screaming weird kids? That's how I feel.
I believe you're all still in the room.
Oh God.
We will be back shortly. And I turn and march decisively out of the room.
So as soon as you do that, the girl sort of zips past you, sort of through the air, and she stands in the doorway with her hands out, and she says, "No, I will not let you. Do not go."
Fireball. No, I'm kidding. I stop and I say, "Yeah, we can't stay here. We have to help your parents."
No, they will be fine. They are smart, they are strong, they know how to deal with this thing. They have told us so. Just please wait with us. It has been too long. We have been left for too long.
You know what? I think why don't I go talk to the parents? Everyone else stay here. I'll come back with cake in just 5 minutes. Just 5 minutes. Just let me go.
I make hold John by the hem of his shirt. He's not going anywhere.
Yeah. Okay.
Your parents paid us with your family's heirloom silver to kill the monster. Your parents need us. They need our help. If we don't get down there.
So the little boy, Thorn, he's still, in the center of the room, and he shouts, "Rose, do not believe them. They are lying. Do not let them go."
Show them the silver, Jean.
What silver? I don't even know what you're talking about. I would like to point out that you're the one who snatched the child's little doll, and that's why we're talking to them right now.
Yeah, that's true. All right. We're all going to stay.
We're all going to stay forever.
Calm down.
Yes.
We're all going to stay forever.
Yes.
Let's all calm down. Do you have any games we could play together to pass the time?
Yes.
How about hide and go seek?
Would you like to play with my dollhouse with me? And she looks at Master Sunna. I think it's the first time that you've seen her. That she does almost look childlike. And she's. Would you like to play with my dollhouse with me?
Do you have any dolls?
And she sort of hovers over towards it, and she looks at the house, and there's nobody there. There are no dolls in it. And she says, I did have dolls a long time ago. I do not know. We could pretend.
How about we go find them and bring them so we can play with them? I think I saw them downstairs.
And again, the little boy, Thorn, he shouts, No, Rose. No, do not let them leave, Rose.
Thorn is also sliding down my favorability pole.
There was a trunk with play stuff nearby.
Mm-hmm.
Was it closed or was it? Can we open it?
It's closed. Yeah, you can open it.
Yeah, so I walk over. Master Sunna walks over to the trunk and sort of opens the very dusty lid.
Sure, and Thorn, the young boy, he hovers over towards you, and he looks. As you open the chest, you can see for the first time a smile grow on his face as the chest opens. And inside there's an assortment. There's stuffed animals and sort of toys, like wooden horses and things like that. So
I make a pretense of looking for the dolls.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Okay.
And distracted. Let's go. It's like the typical, oh, look at this. Oh, you got a toy car. Wow, this is really cool. Oh, look, this is nice. Is this your favorite toy?
So
quick, run.
Is that the plan?
Well, I do think we should have a little caution in playing with any more of their toys. So maybe they can bring out the toys they like as opposed to us touching the cursed toys of the cursed children.
So Thorn looks at Master Sunna and he says, I think there is a monkey in there somewhere. He was my favorite. Can you find?
No.
The monkey in the master's hat?
Oh no!
I have very bad memories.
Oh.
Monkeys.
I think we need to see the monkey.
Thorn? Is he called
Yes.
Thorn?
Yes.
Would you look into the box, please?
Well, yes, I shall. And he puts his hand in there and he starts rummaging around. And you can see as he picks up the toys, they kind of turn spectral for him. And then eventually he comes up with a tattered, little monkey. And the grin on the monkey's face isn't quite right. He's got slightly too many teeth. And one of the beads for the eyes has fallen out. But he shows it to you and he's got such a joyous smile on his face. And he goes, look, it is my monkey. It has been so long since I have opened this chest to have a look at him. Isn't he lovely?
Adorable. Did your parents give him to you?
It was Nanny. Nanny gave it to me.
Where is your nanny now?
Oh God.
So I want to have a word with this one.
And it's Rose sort of comes over and Thorn, his face grows serious again, and they move back towards their bodies in the middle of the room, and he hides behind his sister, and Rose says, we are not supposed to speak of her anymore. We were told that she was very bad.
Oh. Well, that would explain a couple of things.
Mother does not like her.
Does father like her?
Oh, saucy!
She doesn't answer that.
Yeah.
She sort of looks at her face and says,
in the picture that we saw downstairs while we were coming up, there were 3 children, but you're the only 2 children that were locked into this room?
Yes, this is our room. Our brother. He lives downstairs with Nanny. Walter, did you find Walter?
Oh no, we have only found you guys now.
Do you want us to bring Walter to you?
And Thorn sort of pulls a face and he goes, "Oh no, Mother said we do not like Walter."
Do you want us to bring Mother to you?
Like anybody. Like yes. Do you like your mother?
Should we go get your mother?
Mother will come soon. You will play with us instead.
She said she needed help bringing up the chocolate chip cookies.
Yeah, that's right. Good.
And the milk.
There were too many chocolate chip cookies, and honestly, I don't want her to drop any. So I'm going to go and help her right now.
And Rose...
And if you're a well-behaved little boy, I glare at him, you will let us go and help your mother. Intimidation check.
Okay.
18 plus 3. 21.
Okay. And
I bristle at him.
I pooped myself. It was that intense.
Okay.
He not mess with the chocolate chip cookies.
He sort of cowers behind his sister again, and you can see he's taking a gasp, a breath, in to shout at you, but he's put off by that. So
I hustle out of the room.
They look, you can see this look of despair. The rest of you who's still in the room, you can see this look of despair over the children's faces. And Rose, floats over to Master Sunna again, and she reaches out her arm and her hand, and she almost rests it on your arm. You can feel this chill as she does so, but it's just this look of pain in her face. And she says, "Please do not leave us again. Please, do not leave us alone."
Did I make it out of the room?
Yeah, you're out in the hall.
All right. So good luck, guys.
I'm gonna go get him.
I'm through the door. I'm like, who's gonna help me with these cookies? Come on.
Oh, we gotta go. Kids.
Cookie time.
And now that Lord Talfrin is out of the room, you can see, and Rose has moved away. You can see that Thorn has regained his sort of blustery character, and he's looking really. You could if there was any colour to his face, you suspect it would be turning red right now as he was kind of holding his breath and bunching up his fists, and he says, "Nobody else leaves. Everyone else stay here and plays with us."
Talfrin sticks his head in and said, "Hey, none of that. Sit down and let them come help you with the cookies. Come on, everyone, now, hurry, hustle."
Thorn sort of waves his hand in the air like that, and the door slams on Lord Talfrin's face. And he shouts again, "Nobody else leaves!"
So fireball, right, guys? No, not yet. Okay.
Can we do like a? What can we do with the doll's house? Like, there's got to be something we can do. Can we do something with the doll's
fire?
Oh, we can't set it on fire.
What about we rip out the chunk of the wall that they're standing by?
Okay.
Maybe somehow the wall's connected to the real house somehow.
Okay, I mean that makes sense. You got an axe. You could try that.
Among us barbarians.
Or I could try to cast a minor illusion to impersonate their mother and tell them to let us go.
I think it's time for Madame Rousseau.
Oh, God.
I think Mother might work better than Madame.
I've never done like the minor. Oh, actually, I'm out of spells. So, oh no, that's a can't. I can do that. A cantrip. A cantrip.
Yeah.
A catnip.
Yeah.
I can do that.
Catnip.
I suspect though that minor illusion might be too minor for. I'll just have a look and see what you can do with a minor illusion. But I suspect.
Demon boy.
So minor illusion, you can create a sound or an image of an object. So you can do a sound of a voice and things like that. The object must be no larger than a 5-foot cube.
So I could do an illusion of their mother's voice saying, "Children, let them go. You're being very naughty." And then they're like, "Oh God, no!" So we escape.
Or is that where you're going?
It's an idea. I'm just spitballing here.
Okay. Yeah. If you're going to do that, would you like to take a performance check for me, please?
Sure, no problem. This is going to be great. Where's perform? Okay, there's performance. 18.
18.
It's not bad work. It's not bad work.
And so the ghosts, they sort of meet again in the middle of the room, and they're clutching at each other, and they both look very confused and surprised. And Thorn says to his sister, "Is that Mother? It has been so long since I heard her voice. And Rose shouts out, Mother? Mother, is that you?
Absolutely, of course it is. Who else would be silly? Ha ha ha.
And Mother, would you come? Would you come here, Mother, please?
I will, but first you have to let my guests go. They need to help me with the milk and cookies.
You promise, Mother, you will come and come back to us?
Of course. Now do as I say. I am your mother after all.
Yes. We have been good. We will be good, Mother. We tell, and she turns to the rest of you who are still in the room, and she says, Please tell Mother. We miss her. We want to see her again. We will. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And the spirits.
Play nicely.
Sorry.
Play nicely.
Yes, so Thorn. The last thing you can see that they're fading at the moment, and the last thing Thorn does, he looks at you and you can see a wee tear running down his eye, and he says, "We will be good. Tell Mother we are good." And they disappear.
This is an awful house.
And I want to point out, McRag, no more picking up dolls, all right, man? Like, we are done picking up toys.
Last doll for me. Only brooms from now on.
So let's just leave the toys. Let's leave all the toys and leave this room and go down to the basement. What do you guys say?
Wait, hold up. So let's do some surmising. Let's try and figure out what's going on here, because obviously these kids were in this room for a long time, barred windows and so forth. Do you think there even was a monster in the basement, or do you think that we're just dealing with horribly abusive parents?
Yes.
Yes and yes.
So there was a monster and horrible parents waiting for us in the basement.
I don't know.
Oh, I thought it was going to be a treasure. I'm sorry. Go on.
But it's I mean, there's something weird going. They had a nanny who's obviously
Walter's mommy.
Possibly, yeah. So that definitely didn't really unite the family too much. But something must have happened with the child, I'm guessing, because we haven't really seen. Did we see like a baby's crib in the master bedroom? I can't remember.
Unless it's in one of the rooms up here.
Yeah, there is the two doors down in the bedroom where you found the spectre. You never opened those two doors.
No, we never looked.
They're the only
What if
doors
the spectre was? What if the spectre was the nanny? And she came back because she was horribly treated because the mother found out that the father had Walter with the nanny, and then the mother got her vengeance on the nanny in such a horrible way that her ghost could not lie quietly in her earthen hole.
Earthen hole? Is that what you call a grave? Oh my god.
I'm translating from the Portuguese.
Earthen hole.
Why would they lock the kids behind the mirror? If the nanny's
in the attic, because the kids remind the mother of the act that brought them into the world, which happened with the nanny instead of with her, and that could not be tolerated.
She doesn't like thinking about patty cake. Okay.
All right, we're on thin ice here. Maybe we should just head down to the basement and ask whatever we find down there for some explanations.
Do we want to check the other doors?
Yeah,
There's
I think we should.
at least two other doors.
Can we take a nap or something? I feel like some of us might need some more help.
I
And
think
if we're about to get...
Oh, yeah, let's
I
take a
actually
nap
could-
in the spooky attic, the spooky ghost tour
Better than dying in the basement.
with a creepy
not
monkey
here.
boy.
Not here.
I'm literally exhausted.
Okay.
How about we check out one of these other rooms, and hopefully it's a nicely furnished, innocuous sort of like Hilton bedroom that we can actually take a break in.
So at the moment, you're up. I'll assume you've left the sort of nursery. You're back into the hallway. So you're in this hallway. There's 3 doors you've not explored yet. One beside the children's bedroom, one all the way opposite the kids' bedroom, and then you've got this final door, and that's the door that Kellen discovered the secret passage in. So
Did we see what those other rooms were in the house? like in the model house?
Yep, absolutely. They are all bedrooms. No, sorry, I tell a lie. The room beside the children and the room opposite the children is a bedroom. The room that Kellen saw the secret passage in was empty.
Okay.
How about we check out one of the bedrooms and take a rest?
I like it.
There's probably a big to-do waiting to happen in the basement, and I would love not to be exhausted when it happens.
I agree.
All right.
Do we take the one next to the creepy children's bedroom?
How about the one furthest away? The one that's furthest away from the creepy children's bedroom.
Seconded.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. I open the door.
Okay. There is a lot of dust in this room. There's also a very slender bed, nightstand, a wee iron stove, looks obviously like a while it's been used, a writing desk, a rocking chair, and a smiling doll in a lacy yellow dress.
Oh, God.
Firewall.
So it's sitting in the northern. There's a window there, so it's sitting on the windowsill. Cobwebs are draping the doll like a wedding veil almost.
Is the window barred?
Right. What was Kellen saying there?
Should we shatter the window and throw that doll out of here?
So there are no bars in the windows. This window's no bar.
All right.
You could certainly shatter the window if you wished.
Talfrin darts across the room, throws the window open, and hurls the doll out into the night.
Okay. The just like with the doorway outside, I mean, it's the mist is thick right out there, and the doll disappears into the mist.
Ah, what a relief.
Okay.
All right, it's all clear now. It's safe.
Yeah. I think we've actually defeated the boss of the house. That was the final fight.
The mist outside disappears. We can all go home now.
Yeah, that was it, guys.
Thanks for playing, everyone. Thank you for listening.
Okay.
Remember to rate us on iTunes.
So Lord Talfrin looks at the others and says, I believe this room, now that we've conclusively proven that it's safe, can serve as a place to rest. But I, for one, do not enjoy these sort of dusty quarters. So with a little magic and a little bit of a will, we can clean it up. And I cast prestidigitation. Yes, well, I cast prestidigitation and I clean all the dust away.
Yeah, absolutely. And what does that look like as that happens?
It's a minor magical trick that novice spellcasters use for cleaning dusty rooms.
Yeah, and so what does everyone see happen?
So Lord Talfrin focuses for a moment, and then he wiggles his fingers, and then gives a sharp clap, and then immediately lots of little tiny whirlwinds burst out from under his pant legs and scoot across the room, drawing up the dust and passing over the bedstead and just sort of up and down the walls, like zipping around rather bewilderingly. And as they fill up with dust, they fling themselves out into the mist, taking the dust out on that kamikaze dive with them.
Yeah, the room is now much more acceptable.
Sir, I really appreciate you cleaning the room. It would have been nice if you didn't have to fart it clean, but I do appreciate the result. And I also call the bed.
Lord Talfrin leaps on it. Actually, you know what? It's probably a mimic. Go ahead, John. That is yours.
Thank you. I am a man who needs a little comfort.
I think we all
maybe share.
What's a mimic?
A mimic is like a chest that opens its mouth. It's actually a monster that bites you. Or a bed that you jump into and it folds around you, and it turns out you've leapt into its gullet.
What is that? What this is? Are you saying that's what?
Yep.
What
No,
it is?
Too late.
No, you're fine. It is a bed.
Oh, thank you.
So, guys, what are we? We're going to need to take at least 6 hours rest here in this lovely house. What's the plan?
I'm going to at least check around the room to see if there's anything of interest, secret doors, and whatnot.
Okay. Would you like to take a perception check?
16.
Okay.
More than I got.
You're pretty convinced this room's fine. It's clean, serviceable. It's obviously been a while since it's been tended to, but other than the magical prestidigitation that Lord Talfrin recently employed,
Is there a lock on the door?
there is not.
Is there a lock on the desk?
No, the desk. There's no drawers on the desk. It's just a
It's
just a simple desk. Yeah.
Perhaps we can move the desk against the door.
You know, if we could find some corpses and hang them
Oh
before the door.
no. We're not going down that road again. That way leads madness.
Not in this house.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
I say we move the desk against the door. We'll have to have at least one person watch the window because somebody threw an evil doll out the window, and who knows if they can fly back in. And then the rest of us get some sleep.
Does the door swing inwards or outwards?
The door swings inwards.
Can we instead maybe prop a chair? Would that be more effective than the table? Which one would be?
It's up to you.
Would it stop spectral children? I mean, can they just float through walls anyway?
If it's a werewolf, it'll at least discourage it. If it's ghost children, we're all gonna die. So
Yeah. So yeah.
I think
both. Just prop the chair and then balance the table against it.
Okay. Or we can put the desk against the window, sort of like boarding it up. Does anybody have any nails?
No.
I have a dagger, a big nail.
I have crossbow bolts.
Oh, well, we could use that, surely.
Maybe it's not such a good idea to, hammer.
Bolt ourselves into the room.
I say we do that, and then we build a nice little fire in the middle of the floor, see what happens.
And we'll just be praying for somebody to come in and tell us that Mommy's on her way up the stairs with cookies.
Do we need a fire?
Oh, we should investigate the grate. Maybe there's something in the little oven, little furnace, whatever.
Stove, yeah.
The stove, yeah.
Yeah, no.
It's going to be like human bones.
No, Kellen checked that out when he was doing a scope of the room. And he's pretty convinced. He was thorough.
Okay.
So he's pretty convinced it's all fine.
Okay, so
Can
we'll
we
just
light a little fire in there.
Sure, it'd be nice.
Something cheery. I think we need a little cheer after this house.
Yeah. Go for it then.
Maybe John Marlene can sing The Monkey in the Master's Hat again.
After looking at that monkey doll, I don't think I'll be singing that song again for a while. It lost its luster.
Okay.
All right, so I started a little fire crackling in the grate. I then sit with a groan against the wall, like my face is gray from exhaustion.
Mm-hmm.
And my eyelids flutter as I assume one of my good companions will set up watch, and I fall asleep.
Okay. Anyone else?
I'll take the first watch.
Okay. Right.
Go ahead.
I have full health right now, so I can watch with the crossbow, and you get some sleep.
Okay.
Yay.
All right. Who's going to go after Jean? I think we need at least 3. You'll need at least 3 for everyone to get a decent sleep. So.
I'll go next.
Okay.
Then I'll go last.
Okay. Jean, would you like to take... but you know what? You do not even need to take a perception check because as everyone settles down and goes to rest, to be honest, you're all, if you're in any way awake, you're all aware of the noises of the house. Most obvious to you are the noises from the walls. You can hear a scratching coming from behind the walls. Now, this scratching, you'll all be aware, it moves around. It's not, it's not in one place. It's, if you've ever been in a house with mice before, you might have heard something like this. However, there's clearly more than one creature making that noise, and it's louder than you would be comfortable with in a normal residence.
You think the doll's come back and is trying to find a way in?
Okay.
I think it's Walter.
No, I read a short story once, a horror short story, where the person was determined to kill the rat in the wall, and they kept taking planks and stuff out, and eventually, anyway, horrible things happened. But that doesn't necessarily have to happen this time. What if McCragg pinpoints the sound and just buries his axe in the wall? Then again, it'd be hard to sleep with that going on.
It seems he said it's like multiple sources as well. It's not just one source. Is it multiple sources?
Yeah,
multiple
it's sort of you can't follow it. It sort of starts in one patch of the room and persists there for a few minutes and then stops, and maybe in the opposite wall it begins. Sometimes it's happening at the same time, and this there's no rhyme or reason. You don't get the impression like there's no changes happening in the sound as you sort of mull over what's happening. It sort of persists, but doesn't seem to escalate into anything other than the scratching noises from the walls.
Bless you. So does that mean is it to keep us from sleeping?
No, you could. I mean, if you're comfortable doing so, you could certainly sleep through this. It's doable.
I am passed out.
Okay.
I think we have to take a shot, right? I mean, everybody's like, we have some real weak people right now.
Mm-hmm.
Well, nothing's. Yeah, I think we need to sleep, and then we'll go crazy with the axe.
Okay.
Fireball.
So, guys, we go through your rota. You've got Jean, then Kel, and then Master Sana, and you all take your turn to watch. So, these scratches persist, but that's it. And actually, they eventually fade away as everyone sort of wakes up, and you've managed to have a full rest, so everyone regains all their spells. Lord Talfrin no longer has exhaustion. Hit points are back up to full. Kellen, you receive a massive blast of vitality, and your hit points, you've totally recovered from your experience downstairs. Your max hit points have recovered back, so you've regained that as well. Just definitely did you good, despite the eerie noises. That rest was certainly what you all needed.
Awesome.
Crit Faced is a weekly Dungeons & Dragons podcast. To make sure you never miss an episode, and to get an exclusive prequel episode of the podcast, where you can find out what our characters were up to before this adventure began, head over to critfacedpodcasts.com and join our Crit Faced fan group.